Out of all the artists you worked for, what's the one that you wanted to choke? Like, you don't get this right, or you getting on my nerves?
Me.
You want yourself?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm a perfectionist, so I just keep going, I just made a change to a record that comes out in 3 weeks. I just called, like, the mix, literally on the way here, like, could you change this from blah, blah, blah to blah, 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 and they're like, okay, Dream, cool. It's 3 weeks.
He's probably cursing you out.
Yeah, he's cursing, and I'm cursing myself because I didn't want to call, but I'm thinking to myself, this makes it better. But I'm like, I called him like 85. They're like, man, I keep standing there.
So, tell me, being a writer and working for the artist is definitely total different from you being the executive vice president at Def Jam and working with artists. Do you have a greater expectation for them as being a boss versus working with them?
No, I mean, the way that I would want it to be done, and I want to appreciate the people that bring you their stuff. Like, they're bringing you their life, and this is something that, you know, I try to tell when I'm arguing my points with me as an artist. Like, this is all we have. Like, once you take that picture and you put out there, win or lose, that's you. You know, and it's more so of that versus me putting the pressure on it. Hopefully you don't walk in with no pressure on yourself. I'm not signing nobody that doesn't have the world, feel like they have to prove something to the world. Like, it's not, oh man, I just want to make my music and, you know, just for me and my cousin poo-poo. Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
For the
like,
family picnic.
Right, for the family. Like, nah, I want somebody to say, man, I want somebody to hear this in China and it changed, you know, relationships within countries. And that's what music in the 60s and 70s did. It changed. You had Marvin Gaye, you had Sam Cooke, Otis Redding. Those records, emotionally and what we were going through, changed things.
Right.
And if they wasn't thinking, that way, then it's like Muhammad. Boxing changed things. How he boxed, though. Not just because he was a name and I'm going to box today. I might win or lose, but who cares? He wanted to win, so definitely not signing anybody that doesn't want to win.
Are you still working with Electric Red?
Yes, I am. I'm actually waiting on them to come back home.
I think they're on tour now, right? Or?
Yeah, I don't think they're on tour anymore. I think they recently just got off, but yeah, they've been working on trying to work out the part of them that's special, and that's something in the artist that you can't figure out for them. Just like, you know, nobody can figure that out for me. I have to know what people like about me just as much as I know what they hate. So it's about figuring that stuff out, because the album that they had was incredible. You know, like, and not saying that because I wrote it. I was literally jealous of their album. Like, wow, like, why did I get on this record?
Do you find that a lot with different artists you write for?
No, and I'm not saying that in a way of like I wanted them back. It's just one of those things where you want to make sure that the person that's receiving something from you, especially when they're getting your best work, that they know that they're getting your best work so that they can put their best effort
into it.
Right.
How is it trying to balance being an artist, a boss, a father, and even a husband?
How is it? Oh, man, I don't know. I'm barely up right now, man. I got up at 7 o'clock this morning. I'm about to pass out. Somebody got to do it. You know, I literally have to look at things and brands, and I have to look at the word, you know, things that we wear that we take for, probably not that we take them for granted, but you take Nike, for instance, and somebody built that from something. And it didn't come from vacationing all the time. It didn't come from not sacrificing something. Somebody sacrificed something to get that. It's Hilton, it's Home Depot, it's the owner of the Yankees. Like, those guys, Donald Trump, they sacrificed something, you know, to end up those 20, 30 years from now saying, yeah, well, I took this out when I had my opportunity to get it, and therefore I end up with this. And my grandfather used to always tell me, like, work your butt off when you have the strength to do it, because you don't want to wake up 40 and now it's time for you to go to work, because it's going to be all gone now. So, and that's what I do. I try to use my energy for that. And, you know, if I can get $1 billion in the next 3 years, then I'll slow it down. But, you know, it's going to take a good 10 to get it.
You ever thought about doing like the reality TV thing?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. I mean, we got stuff on the table. People call me about that crazy stuff all the time. And it just depends on if you're ready to you better be ready to sell something. Don't go just to get, oh, look at me, I'm Dream, this is fun. Like, if I go on there, I'm selling something. I don't care if it's some pillows, some dishware, a refrigerator, some socks, something. I'm selling. You ain't getting my face and all my, like, oh man, you really can't go nowhere now. Okay, for real? Well, I'm selling everything. Right. Shoes, glasses, hats.
Do you think, would you allow it to be personal, like in your personal life, like with the family?
Probably not as much so, like, because a lot of those things would depend on how you portray. The difference is the things that we see now and how far they're in people's personal lives is because they don't have any control over what they do. Me, it's a different thing because I'm already established at one thing. So you can shut that down. It's like, okay, I want to be by your daughter's crib. That's not happening.
Right.
Let's go to the studio. You tripping. So those things to me it doesn't even come through on the paper like, hey, we want to do what? Who do you think I am? Really?
Boo Boo the fool.
Yeah, like, really? You really want to? No, I'm good.
Congratulations on the baby Violet.
Thank you so much.
And the marriage again.
Thank you
Let me ask you this. At your first time being married,
right?
Some people say, you know what, after the time, I'm not doing it again. What was it special about Christina said, you know what, I'm going to do this?
I'm just crazy.
Crazy?
It was me. No, it's the not to be in a corny sense, it's the hopeless romantic sentiment exactly. It's wanting that, if you find somebody that, that does it one time and say, okay, I'm not doing it again, if they immediately say that, then they're probably hurt at that particular time, but if they did it once, they'll do it again. They just lying. With me, I think it's just more so the hope and the faith in that this is what family looks like to me. This is what I want it to be. And that's what you try to strive, and you try to pick the right person, as much as you can, and, people change, things change, lives change. You just hopefully that you have a better understanding. I think I was more mature this time. I'm more mature today, even than I was even a year ago. So every year is just about whether somebody's going to grow with you or not. Because you can get into a regular relationship and somebody can just say, I'm good. I don't want nothing else out of myself. And then you just leave them. You're like, okay, so you stay right here at McDonald's and I'm going to go over here to Red Lobster. So it just depends on, you both have to want the same thing. So I think what it was about us wanting the same things. And that's all that really matters.
Before you go, you got to play my game. Pick one. Don't be going to sleep. And let's be real. You got to answer them. Don't be scared. Miami or LA?
Miami.
Conjure Cognac or Ciroc?
Ciroc.
Lakers or the Celtics?
Celtics.
On the female, thongs or boy shorts?
Boy shorts.
Rihanna, Beyonce?
Rihanna.
Morton's or Fridays?
Depends on what day it is.
Which would you prefer? Like today, where would you go?
Fridays. It's Friday.
A bike or a Lambo? Because a lot of your pictures, you're on a bike or you're in a slick car.
Yeah, I know. So it ain't an or. It's like
both.
Yeah, hey, you want a Lambo? You want like? See if you say Lambo or Ferrari. Now say Ferrari.
Lambo, Ferrari.
Okay, Ferrari.
Nicki Minaj or Little Kim?
Don't go.
Kim.
Why Kim?
Man, I just see her hanging out the window with that Dillinger, like. I just see it, and it's like, oh, that's just so sexy. Don't kill me.
The Dreams Lover King is in stores June 29th. Make sure you go cop it, Dream. I thank you for coming through and rocking with me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's B More at 92Q.com.